What is up, you lovely people? My name is Goof, and welcome back to Champions Arena. Today we will be playing Round 8 in Season 1. Got a lot of action in these three games, and great casting to accompany the action by Supersonic and Theoman TV. Let's hop right into Game 1.
Let's see what kind of spawn we're going to get this time. Again, whenever you see the players parachuting in, you can usually kind of sort of guess on where the end game is going to happen just based on where the concentration of players is. Right now we've got
Could be east, man.
Spence Hills. Yeah, this might be a Humperdinck Reserve, or it could be all the way in the far southeast of the map.
Yeah, so let's see if we can find somebody here that stands out. You got a name out of this group here you see it standing out. Who do we want to hop on board with to start this one?
Let's see.
Other than one shot in the cream hole.
There's Lenara.
Lenara,
Top 10 player, I believe.
Lenara is currently in the
Right
top 10.
on top of that cop car with a number of other players too. And Lenara gets there first, gets the car.
Yeah, gonna have to take off. Starship are already in the spot that Lenara would want to go and loot. And he got an AK pretty quick. He could have been out and in Lenara's face, like right off the bat. But
Reeves
go ahead.
Hopping into the restaurant, finding some loot as well. I heard a shotgun. Oh yeah, there it is. Got a shotgun, got a helmet, so might consider hanging out here and seeing if anyone wants to join, but nope. Gonna push out. Bravely wander into PV. League Brothers takes down Makes FPS, by the way. Both of them in the same building over here looting.
Yeah, League Brothers getting an early kill here in the game. And we're down to about 55 to start this match. No helmet quite yet for League. He needs to do a little bit more looting as expected this early in the match.
I like seeing League get into an early encounter. League Brothers is someone who, I don't know, I've seen just kind of hanging out around the outside of fights and maybe trying to get, you know, backstabs or flanks or stuff like that, but not necessarily playing terribly aggressive. So getting an early encounter might push League Brothers into aiming for higher kill games or jumping into more encounters.
Yeah, so Steel here in Kagi, I was actually looking at it on the map. Right as we looked at the map, Kagi went down. Not sure if it went to Steel or Bubba. I'm going to assume it went to Steel, and Bubba's unseen at this point. So he definitely hasn't been seen yet. He should have an... Ooh, behind the box is not going to be able to get
So
that easy
close.
shot. Yeah, I thought maybe that he was visible there, but Bubba playing this very patiently, waiting for Steel to give him a opportunity to take some shots.
Elsewhere, Wines taken down by Transpare TV with a shotgun.
Hang out here for a second and watch this play out. Bubba now stepping up, using the sandbags here as his line of sight blocker there, able to move up a little bit more. He's just going to slowly stalking Steel here. And this is going to be the situation he wants.
Is it
This
Stuhl or is it Style?
Steel?
Style?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Style's got a lot more cover now. Style was in a lot of trouble a second ago.
This is the moment. Right there was the easy kill for Bubba. He should have rotated around, waited for him to run in there to loot, and blown up the barrels. It'll blow up the whole inside of that building. That was a giveaway. And now, yeah, he's going to hop into the car, and he's just going to drive away, and Bubba's not going to get... Oh, he comes towards him, though. And shots start ringing out.
Style gets two shots ripped right into him immediately. Bubba is bleeding, but still in this fight. And there it goes. Bubba takes down Style with the AK. We thought that he was going to be a little bit late on that one, but apparently not. He got lucky in that Style decided to drive right towards him. If Style would have driven the other way, he would have been gone.
Yeah, I still... even though he won that fight and he got that vehicle, I still think that play was the wrong one. I think he should have stalked him a little bit more, knowing that he's going towards that warehouse and taking that opportunity to just blow him up with a barrel.
There was a lot more luck there than
yeah.
anything else, I think.
Yeah, he could have rotated with him and just had a guaranteed kill where he instead ended up having to do a gun battle. And it is a Ruby Lake finish, so we're actually going to be more than half the circle off the map. We're going to see a lot of hill fights. We're going to see some tree battles down here along the south side. We're going to see some fights out at the farm, some areas that we definitely aren't used to seeing. And there's just a ton of guys right here. Let's actually go down and check these guys out real quick, see if any of these guys are going to see each other. They've got to be looting the cabins here, so they've all got to be pretty close.
Oh yeah, there's all those campers and cabins, a ton of vehicle spawns down here. There's a gas station. There's the power plant area. There we see Ice and Sea has got himself a Jeep. Might be rotating around. There are a ton of car spawns in this area. So the guys who are out here early are going to be pretty well looted, and they're just going to be able to hang out for a little while. It looks like Plastic is now taking shots on hit registration.
They're taking shots or driving right into him. I can't tell which emblem that is on the map. The Hit Reg, the man from Saturday's cast, taking down games 1 and 2, and then placing, I do believe it was top 20 in game 3. Don't quote me on that one. I might be wrong.
Guy was a monster. He climbed from 33rd place in Champions Arena all the way up to 8th in one day.
I'm not sure if Hit Reg ever heard Plastic's vehicle. I would have thought he would at that range there. He may just be deciding to leave, though, and waiting for the late game.
Yeah, he wants another repeat. He does not want to die in 44th place.
No, 44th is far too early for him. He wants to definitely have a repeat. And Starshipper just landed a kill onto somebody there in the Pleasant Valley Park. Wasn't able to even see the name. I just saw it disappear. Got deleted. And Transparent and SPKB might be able to get a fight here between these two players. And they are one building apart here. SPKB is going to go hop in his vehicle, and it looks like he's possibly going the other. Nope, he is going to come the direction of Transpare, so we're not sure that he's aware that Transpare is here at all yet. He's actually going to skip right past that building, though, and go to the next one.
I love the U-turn right into the danger zone.
He sees the door is open. He might have seen the front door of the other building was open. That might be why he decided to go ahead and go past it. But now Transpare has heard him driving around. He's going to start taking shots. SPKB, pretty aggressive player at times, but I expect him in CA from when I've seen him play. He typically plays a little bit safer. He'll take hot fights in fields. I haven't seen him do too many fights within residential areas or buildings. I think he probably prefers that medium range versus close range battles.
I think in this situation, too, it was the idea that this player already has the jump on me. They've already opened their shots, so I'm just going to drive off. I'm going to, find loot somewhere else. It's fine. I don't need to take this fight. And now we're in a fight right here with Prod and Oliver. Prod looks like just lost his armor. He chucks a grenade over in Oliver's direction. Frag grenade goes off, but does not land. Oliver's healing up behind one of those gas pumps. No, it looks like he's made it all the way back into the building.
Yeah, Oliver got caught with that Molotov there at the start, got into cover, and then backed his way into the 7-Eleven there for the bad that I don't know the name of this thing.
What is it?
Into the Carlson's Mini Mart.
Prod wanted to retreat a little bit, but now he just has the high ground, and he's firing down on Oliver, who is retreating a little bit more behind the second gas pump. And I'm not sure if is Prod rotating completely out.
It looks like he is.
Yeah,
it looks like Prod's going to decide that fight's not worth it.
He is gone. And he had advantage there, too. I mean, he had the elevation. He had Oliver in a position where he was just kind of pinched down, hiding behind a gas pump, which doesn't provide the most cover, especially if you have elevation. I don't know how many more grenades he had, if he was able to rain them down or not, but hey, he's going to rotate out, live to fight another day.
Okay, and Plastic going to rotate away from each other as well. Thought we might get one there. Looks like we're going to have to look elsewhere for these fights.
Way off in the gas over there, the west, Lenara, Biffner.
Plenty of time for Lenara to make it. Farther distances to travel right now, probably Tom Dez and Saval with the longest distances. Tom Dez, I'm expecting he has a vehicle. Dal Supzers, Colton, Trolls, first ones here making it in.
They're getting comfortable.
They can find some good spots, especially when you get down here off the map into the hills and stuff where people definitely aren't used to fighing at.
That looks like where Troz is headed right now. He's headed off the map.
Yeah, Troz is trying to get off map right now. And we got a three-way fight with React. A couple other players here. We'll see if we can get there in time.
Need to watch the kill feed as well. It looked like hit registration was in a little bit of trouble.
We got React here, Averse, and there was another player here. It looks like Reeves, and Reeves drove off, and it looks like Averse might be in pursuit.
Reeves in a lot of trouble right now.
And it looks like Bubba's actually down outside, so Bubba never made it away from the compound here.
Bubba just got taken out by Cisse right there.
Okay, so Cease may have taken him out over the top of the wall, or maybe he was at the hole in the fence and took him out. Reeves gonna get fully healed though, and React versus Averse here. React getting tagged twice, immediately loses his helmet, and Averse just playing that pickup.
I love this. This is a helmet you don't see very often either. The Kappa bag. Oh, and Averse hops into the truck and gets tagged. He is lit really badly.
He has to stop to heal. He's under 10. He has, like, React could push, but he hears the other car. It's going to stop him from possibly being as aggressive as he would like to be.
Plus the fact that React is about 60% health himself. He doesn't really want to take a fight against somebody who's going to come in and flank, because that's a losing proposition right there.
Yeah, he's got to heal. He should make it all the way to full. He's going to take this time while he knows Averse is healing to get across some of this open field and start making his way towards that safe zone, which he's still got a little bit of distance to travel. He's going to make it, but he's going to have to travel right through open water, which is going to be rough. And let's actually head down there towards the water a little bit, because there's going to be good chances of fights coming across this island soon. And Reeves is going to get taken out by Cease there in the compound.
This is such a rough area to come across to get to the safe zone because of that giant lake and all that water there that everyone has to cross. Menma now taking shots. Looks like Animated doesn't want anything to do with that, though.
He might. It looks like Animated has decided to go ahead and hop out. He might decide to take this fight. Menma, I don't think, is going to chase into a stalled car, though. Animated taking some long shots, 170 to 200 meters out.
At this point, they're just firing at each other to let them know, hey, I'm here. If you want to get close, we can fight, but, you know, you better get away, basically.
Want to come close, I'll fight you, but I'd really prefer that you don't.
Exactly.
And we've just got a ton of people running through the gas. Sweet Dreams and Delays right on top of each other, coming up on the gas station there in the gas.
Hit registration has made it across the water. So he's probably going to be all right for a little while. He's making his way to the safe zone.
Buffalo coming his way, though.
They're going to run right into each other. Is there going to be a fight, though? Hit registration changes direction, moves further away.
That list of names with health pools usually helps us find people. Not too helpful right now with over half of the players still in the gas.
This is a rough safe zone. I mean, if you spawned on the opposite end of the map, you have a long, long way to travel. We have SPKB, Supers, Tros, Ice and Sea all making their way off the map, which you are capable of doing. And I found if you go too far off the map, you actually start taking 5 damage per second just for being too far away.
There is a specific point. It's right
there.
It is.
Once your screen goes black and white like that, you are taking massive damage very quickly. Which might be what happened to Supers there. He's down to about 50% health.
Yeah, he probably traveled too far up the hill there. SPKB is going to just about running into the same situation here. He'll figure it out real quick and come back down.
Oh, yeah.
5 damage a second will definitely change your mind about something. That actually is about 1.7 higher than the max damage of the gas. So gas actually maxes out at about 3.3 per second. So that's beyond the final gas rings worth of damage. Animated in Saval, possibly.
This is interesting. Nobody fighting right now. Everybody just trying to force their way into the safe zone because it's such an awkward safe zone. Everyone is just on a Lord of the Rings adventure to get to the bottom corner of the map. React gets killed by Mixies with a shotgun.
Yeah, Mixie's one of our other top 10 players currently on the leaderboards for CA. Top 40 now, so this is kind of where that point with this size safe zone. As these people make it in, we're going to start seeing this kind of drop down to about half the number within the next circle or so. We should start seeing those numbers drop off.
This is, especially being a half circle, to have 39 people left. This is going to get crazy very quickly.
And look how long it took just to get to this circle. Look at how long it's taking this circle to close in just because it's so far off map. This is a very long circle. Think about how long it took for it to get all the way down here.
And it's just getting farther and farther away. People like Sweet Dreams out there, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble trying to make this with each passing circle.
Especially depending on where these players started. Let's say Sweet Dreams starts up here and he's coming down. He didn't have as much time to stop and loot and get healables to make it through this. So unless you had a really good loot and you started in this top left corner, you may not make it out. So it'll be interesting to see if Sweet Dreams, Delays, and Starshipper actually make it out of the gas at all.
It's why so many players, especially when they're parachuting in, they prioritize getting that vehicle. Whereas people will land and start looting. Some people will land directly on a vehicle. You'll see like 4 people trying to land on that same vehicle. They'll get it, and then they'll just bounce.
I mean, worst case scenario with the vehicle is that you can drive somewhere else to loot. Or beyond that is I'm at least going to make the safe zone. I have the opportunity to disengage.
It gives you that protection from being in a position like maybe Sweet Dreams is in right now, where he's just trying to heal through this gas. He still has to cross the lake, which is going to be a problem. Delays, Starshipper, Transpair just made it across. Sounds like Saval is now ripping shots.
Rod going to take out hit reg desync input lag.
That sounds like a laundry list of problems he's having.
He's, yeah, I mean, I don't think that guy with those issues was ever going to win the game. I mean, clearly, having hit registration is what wins you the match.
That's true. Still, even more players are now making their way off the map. Starshipper, Delays, Sweet Dreams, Mixie, and Heston all just getting further and further away from the safe zone at this point. 37 players remain, and this gas is coming in. All of these players who are hiding up in the mountains, at some point, they're going to have to make their way back down. And a lot of fights are going to break out. Oliver GC getting taken out by Han's shotgun. Hit registration, just playing the field a little bit low on health. Tom Dez, the #1 player in Champions Arena, currently still alive, has a police car, and he's trying to make up for what happened on last Saturday's event. Cease comes out of the gas, really lit. So much damage. Tom Dez thinking about taking shots, but he's going to play it safe.
I don't think he's even thinking about taking shots. I think he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't get hurt at all. He's trying to find the biggest dead spot he can to just drive circles. And shots are ringing out from the AK of Biffner firing down into Cease.
And if Biffner only knew how much damage Cease had taken from the gas, he would push the issue hard right now. Shots from Transpair. Transpair gets taken down by Tom Dez.
Yeah, Tom gonna catch Transpair coming out of the gas, get an easy kill onto him. Cease gonna get away, but goes down to Kobe from Glida. Tom Dez tagged a couple times. We'll see if Biffner decides to be aggressive or not. I don't think he's going to. That ridge line's kind of a nice spot. He's got a few trees to back up to. I don't see any reason for him to push out of that spot currently. I believe he's gonna have to move just a little bit to get into the next safe zone. And Sweet Dreams
down to 34%, 35%. He's going to choke on gas.
He might. There's a strong chance that a couple of those players don't make it out of there.
I don't think he can make it. Hansen now pushing up on Biffner's position, and he has his backside. Hansen, does he know? He knows now, lines up the shot. Biffner jumping around, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge with a little bit of potato from Hansen. Nothing lands. Throws a grenade, chases Biffner away from his ridgeline, falls back to the trees. He has a 2-tap Lammy, so taking a fight isn't something he's necessarily afraid of, but he's got to land those shots if he wants to start taking players down.
Yeah, he rushed the shot to start that fight, which really didn't help him. He could have been a little bit more calm with it, held back a little, waited for a better opportunity. Biffner was stopping at times in his movement. He wasn't in constant motion the whole time. He could have taken a much better opportunity to open on that first shot. And Promethean going to open up here onto Tom Dez, possibly.
I'm not
Decides
sure.
not to take the shots.
I'm not sure if Tom Dez knew.
I think Tom Dez saw him right at the end there. And Promethean now firing up into Han. Looks like he actually gets a connection. Han down to about 75. And he hops out and immediately starts spraying shots up towards Glida. Unable to connect, and Tom gonna hop on Promethean here, gets the helmet or the body armor, rips him. Tom Dez absolutely just nailing shots, eats Promethean alive.
This guy is a monster, you guys. Tom Dez is back. Glida getting flanked now from animating. Glida now sees animated. Grenade coming in, does not land. Glida's actually getting shot at from a number of different places, and animated is still ripping those shots. Elsewhere, Saval goes down to Colton. Glida now down to about 40% health. Animated is pushing the issue. Glida trying to get a heal off. He keeps pulling out a molly like he wants to throw a Molotov, but he's got to do a little bit better than that. He's getting flanked hard right now by Han. I think this is it for Glida. Shots lined up. And he hits 2 of the shots, but Glida is still alive. There we go. Body shot. Han loses armor in the process as well. And now Han is getting flanked. This is what I was talking about when there are so many players left that they're all going to be on top of each other. Just flank. Tom Dez pushes the issue and takes down Han with a shotgun blast.
I don't expect Tom to stay here very long. He knows there was a bunch of different fights. He's going to get in a vehicle, get out of here. Animate's going to pull up, take a couple shots. Unable to connect anything, though. Lights up the vehicle, gets it down to at least dark smoke, so he's down to about 50% left on his vehicle. And Biffner hops and gives a little bit of support to Animated there on Tom Dez's vehicle.
25 players remain. We know Tom Dez wants to live a lot longer than this. He wants top 10, but he's also playing with the aggression today. This is his revenge game. Tom Dez and Biffner in a little bit of a fight right now, and Tom is lit.
Yeah, gets tagged once there on a pre-fire from Biffner, putting him down to 75 as he peeked that side of the tree to take a shot. Got hit on the move out. Took one to the elbow.
Biffner falling back, though, not going to press the issue. I'm always curious, like especially whenever a player has a shot advantage, why they decide to fall back like that.
Sometimes it's just a feeling of not being safe. You don't know who else is around you. You don't know when somebody else is going to show up. If you can get in and you can't get that kill just real quick immediately, sometimes it's just not worth it to stay.
Mixie's in a little bit of trouble right now. Has the smoke covering him while he heals. Biffner still firing over these ridge lines, and people firing from up in the mountains as well, it sounded like. There are shots ringing out everywhere right now.
Yeah, Mixie here and Big K still on top of each other. It looks like Mixie's going to decide to get out of here too. Doesn't feel too comfortable with this fight. Again, it's one of those situations, and Tom Dez goes down to Hansen. So second place taking out first place there. Big K now in another fight, though, taking some shots onto Colton.
That is huge. I know Tom Dez has a few kills this game, but the fact that Hansen is getting the placement right now on Tom, and he already gained on him last week, that is big news.
Yeah, if you're going to go down, that's not the guy you want to go down to.
We're going to have to keep an eye on that situation as it develops over the next 2 games. Lots of shots ringing out. It sounds like Biffner is just on a rampage over there. Lenara going down to SPKB.
That was up in the hills.
Gas is moving in closer. A lot of these players in the mountains are going to have to come down just a little bit. Looks like Biffner has a great position over here in these trees. And Mixie's and Big K, finally. That fight ends. Mixie taking down Big K. A lot of people going down right now. There's 14 players remaining. Heston, 9-11, taken down by Supers.
One of you pick a fight and stay there.
Hansen blows up Rivers' vehicle, it sounded like, and took him down with it.
Animated was aware of Ryda. Kind of watching him.
Our hero from Saturday, hit registration, is still alive.
Yeah, Biffner here, bleeding at 75. Gonna need to roll a heal here, getting shot at from behind. Gets a new makeshift on, though.
Biffner has spent, like, the past 5 minutes just in a continual fight. Just shooting at everyone around him. And right now he's getting hit by hit registration. Mixie's is very close by as well. I think Biffner's going to have a flank on Mixie's.
And they both head tap each other. In the trade that feels so bad. Harry Frogback going to take out Ryda there on the hill.
After all that action.
Mixie and Biffner go down in 11th and 12th place on a trade.
That's painful. That's always painful to watch.
Hansen down to under 25% at absolute one-shot hit registration in the area, kind of patrolling around. He sees the smoke nade. Not sure if he's going to try and go in there. I don't know if he knows what health Hansen's actually at. And Hansen on foot running uphill. Hit registration out. Shots come out. Not able to connect. He may have actually connected onto a makeshift there. It looked like I saw a part of that visual effects go off. And Colton now out, just absolutely mouse wanting the heck out of that. Trying to rip into hit registration's vehicle. Hansen in another fight up on the hill. Takes down Zach. Puts Harry Frogback. Going to go down to the shotgun of Animated.
And Hit Registration's car is in such bad shape right now that he has to take this fight. He's kind of been forced into the fight. Throws down a smoke grenade to block off Hanson up on the mountain, and this circle just keeps getting smaller and smaller.
He's gonna have to move. He has to.
He's abandoned the car. I mean, everyone in the general area was lighting up his police car at that point. What the Flex up the hill throws down a smoke grenade and starts firing over into Animated's direction. Animated is down to about 5% health, and he's in the gas, and there it goes. Animated chokes on toxic gas.
Animated.
6 players remain.
Yeah, Animated taking 7th place as he goes down to the gas there. Molotov's coming into this smoke nade of What the Flex. What the Flex is just trying to find a better spot to hide. Looks like he might be trying to smoke nade off a bit more. Another Molotov connects. What the Flex on fire. Not the good kind, though, as he backs up the hill to try and find a spot to heal.
Soupsters down the hill inside that camper. It was Hanson raining down all of the Molotovs, and Hit Registration gets a kill on Colton. This guy is a monster. He's really making a name for himself over these past 2 Champions Arena events.
Yeah, he definitely got himself an assist there from Plastic, too, so we'll see if Plastic decides to come in. He gets tagged once here by Hanson. He is bleeding. Hanson now going for the shotgun peak battles. If he continues to play it that way, Hanson has the win with the shotgun. Hit Reg gonna go down here to Hanson's AR spray to finish. Hanson now going to try and get a heal rolling before this gas comes in on him, and he has the longest distance to travel. He knows it, and he's going to get moving. Plastic now with the higher elevation position here, but he's going to get back into his car and start driving.
He was able to force What the Flex down the mountain like that. I guess with the G positioning.
Hanson.
Does he know that Hanson's there?
No
I don't
clue.
think he does.
I don't think he has any idea that Hanson's there. He knows now. He's heard the molly. He's heard the shots.
Hanson falling back around, but right in front of Plastic's line of vision. Smoke grenade comes out, so this might actually give Hanson a little bit more protection, but Plastic runs right out into the open and gets 2-tapped by Hanson's.
Yeah, Plastic thinking that Hanson was circle strafing out the other direction, tries to get out to try and maybe make a play and get behind a tree to where he can get a good peek as he comes around, not able to get there in time as Hanson comes back to that right side and just obliterates him.
And another thing we have to look at here, Tom Dez died about 20th, was it? Around that area. And right here we have, What the Flex and Hanson up in the top 3, and Hanson just murdering people, getting kills. If Hanson gets a win here, what does that mean?
Yeah, What the Flex in 9th. Yeah.
Soupsters also has those red barrels all around them. If Soupsters decides to leave that camper, it could be just red barrels for days.
He's in it. I don't see him coming out of there. This is going to be the smallest circle coming up next, which will close down and then open back up to where it is. He has no reason to come out of there. Except for a gas nade. That might make him come out. And What the Flex moves up. Hanson now sees him. Hanson with the jump shot. He one pumps What the Flex out. Supster's still inside there, eating the gas nade down to about 50% here. He is starting to out heal it.
Hanson is on a rampage. He knows.
I'm not sure if Hanson knows that he's in that one. There's one of 2.
Red barrels getting blown up. This is going to be a fair fight without the red barrels. There's one more to the right side of the screen. Stun grenade comes out. Soupsters rotates back around to the backside of the camper, and Hanson's playing on the front side. They're both trying to rotate on each other. Soupsters peeks and get a shotgun blast right into Hanson. Hanson's in a little bit of trouble now. Hit to the body at about 50% health. And there it is. Soupsters GG takes down Hanson for the win. Hanson, though, with a ton of kills in a second place, is going to be a lot of points, helping him catch up to Tom Dez on the overall leaderboards for Champions Arena. GG for Soupsters, though.
Yo, congrats, man.
Game 1 won by Supsters. Well played and great shooting. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, World's Best Gaming and Emporia Customs. Go grab some gamer subs and CA merch before Game 2 starts, which is right about now.
Hanson's feeling confident today, so let's see how he does in Game 2, which should be starting soon. We just had time of day change, and there it is. Everyone is parachuting in. A lot of players across the middle of the map around PV, some towards the east, some towards the west, a lot of players in the south around Cranberry as well.
It's very condensed around PV, though. I'm thinking we're going to have a PV finish either west or east side of PV and out. But yeah, let's go
Maybe
ahead
we'll
and
get that
finish
clock tower finish.
The clock tower? Oh. Who do I got to pay at daybreak to see that? Let's go
Right?
ahead and head up to Rexos here. See where we're at. There was a couple guys that landed here. So Reeves, Rexos, Promethean, all three here have landed at the D.
Zinko, first player down.
Who else is in the area? We've got Heston in the area.
A lot of players playing this residential. A lot of them in that loop right next to each other. Plastic with 3 Qs goes down early. Plastic made it late in game 1. Second person to die in game 2. I'm sure he's going to want a little bit revenge when it comes to game 3.
Yeah, finished game 2 at 4th, I believe. Or game 1. Finished game 1 in 4th. Game 2 going down this early definitely hurts. We'll expect to see him make a comeback in game 3.
Bubba all alone at the strip?
It does look like he's going to have the strip to himself. That should be a decent amount of loot. Trost going to take out Avix there with a shotgun here early in the game.
Second kill from Tros.
And Trace going to land a kill now onto Teekzy. Where is Tros? Let's Tros at 100% health too. Let's just hop on board with him and see if we can find out where he's at. Tros actually at the PD here. Lands himself a couple kills. Waller and Kagi in the same building here. Pop onto the roof.
I think
with
Tros
Waller.
knows it too. Tros was looking through that window in their general
coming
direction.
right
Here
up.
he had. They're right on top of each other. And I think this is going to be a fist fight. I think they've discussed it.
If this fist fight doesn't happen immediately, somebody's getting removed.
Yeah, they're dropping helmets. This is going to be a fist fight.
Wish I had sound effects set up already.
And that's why Tros knows exactly where these two players
And the
are.
fight is on. Waller coming out with a mean right. Gets one connection into Kagi. Kagi down to about 90% health. Next shot's coming out. Bobbing and weaving. Kagi getting eaten alive here. Waller bleeding a little bit. Bloodied from the lip, but still looking strong as he chases down Kagi on this rooftop.
This is a sad exhibition right now from Kagi, who was just running around and trying to avoid getting hit.
Kagi, known as Southside Kagi because he can't figure out directions during TA matches. It looks like he can't figure out how to throw a punch either. Finally gets some connections there. Waller getting a little low.
Kagi, whatever he did there when he ran around in a circle, he is now on a rampage. Waller is about to go down.
And Waller goes down. Southside Kagi coming at you. Gonna take down round 1.
I don't think there's going to be a round 2.
Night.
GG, Waller.
And we are completely wrong, and that safe zone is going dead center, 100% south, a little bit off the map there. So we're going to have all of Cranberry in there, all the way out to the edge of Veshin's Peak. It's going to cut into a little bit of what that first safe zone was for last round, and then all the way back out to where League Brothers is currently hanging out at Runamuck Lake.
This will actually be a pretty good safe zone. There's
Fence Hills, there's a lot of stuff to work with here.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of different elevation changes. Cranberry's going to be in play for a long time. I think this will be a good safe zone that players are pretty much familiar with, but it's still going to be different since it's going to be further south than they're used to. I think this one, where the last one, you could maybe make an argument for using the safe zone as an excuse for dying. I don't think you could do that with this safe zone.
Now, you died in this safe zone, you lost the fight. And let's go over to Buffalo here. Pretty close to another player. Maybe we see a fight here. Looks like he's next to River. On his way out. Everybody pretty spread out. Much more spread out than last game due to that safe zone. I mean, that safe zone last game really forced everybody to kind of come in and condense early. This is going to allow players to stay a lot more spread out and take a lot more time to get places. And Guesmer up top is on top of somebody. He's at 57% health currently.
Was
Go ahead and hop
Guesmer
on with him.
in the last match?
He was in the last match. I don't remember what place he took, but he was definitely in there. And it looks like he might have been fighting with Minma, who's now taken off in the vehicle. Now let's see where he finished off last game.
Guesmer is another player who's feeling a little bit of pressure to perform well, especially if there's a Tom Des slump going on. He needs to gain, and Hansen's doing it.
He went out
Guesmer.
extremely early last game, actually. Went out in 51st with no kills. Only netted himself a half point, letting Hansen and Tom Des open up that gap on him a little bit more. He definitely needs to make the late game, get those guaranteed placement points, maybe net a few late game kills, and start trying to close that gap. Or he needs to find Hansen and Tom Des and
take him out early.
Eliminate them early. Make sure that they're
Exactly.
not netting themselves any points. And Doriku going to go down to Big K there.
We'll have to keep an eye on Guesmer as the match continues. Third place currently in Champions Arena and in a bit of a slump, so we'll keep an eye on his placement.
Looks like Smitty lit up there for a second, throwing a couple warning shots over towards Mixie. Mixie doesn't seem too scared off, though. But Smitty is going to dip set. So we're going to let that one play out.
Mixie's a confident
Possible
player.
fight here with Plex. And Plex and F in America over here inside the same building. America with a interesting spot.
A little bit of parkour to get up there. I don't think I've seen anyone using this area as a hiding space, especially prone. Definitely here.
And later goes the car. Plex is going to take the vehicle and leave. I don't know if that was America's or Plex's to begin with, but this spot should be in the safe zone, I believe. This is the the newer POI here. So America doesn't have anywhere to go. I expect him to sit there until he has to move.
Exactly. Attacker moving in this general direction as well over there. Tros nets himself a brand new cop car. Always good to pick up that fuel, especially if you're playing for the end game. You can just continue driving around. I mean,
I'm a gas monger. I'm one of those people who like drive around with 18 gas cans in my car. I always want gas cans. So
I'm the same way. It's hoarding. It's weird too because you get to the end of the game and you're always stuck. You haven't used 5 of them.
Yeah. Again, guys, make sure you're typing in that ! World's Best Gaming in the chat to make sure you're entering the viewer raffle that'll be going on at the end of the match.
Colt firing on Buffalo right now. Stops in the middle of the field. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Little brain fart. Pulls that grenade. Launches it in Buffalo's direction. Buffalo is at a far different tree right now, and I'm not sure Colton knows where Buffalo is. He is wide out in the open. This is Buffalo's chance to peek, shoot. Takes 2 shots into Colton's body. Colton is now really low on health, and now Buffalo's pushing with the shotgun. Takes him down. Nice push.
Yeah, Buffalo getting aggressive at the right time. Colton getting aggressive early. Tom goes down in 50th place.
It continues. You know Tom is not happy right now. We're going to have to keep an eye on Guesmer, Hansen, and apparently hit registration as well in this match to see.
I'm not quite sure where Hansen is right now, but we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on him. 100% correct.
We'll have to see how much more they can close the gap on Tom Dez. Going down in 50th will not net you very many points at all.
As you can see, Hansen's already on his way to the safe zone.
Guesmer
hasn't left yet, but he should be out of there pretty quick. And we got Biffner with a long travel time from the dam up there. Should have been able to find a vehicle, though. Let's go ahead and check out these guys as they come in towards the safe zone down here by Ping Locked.
Lenara today also doing expert gas running work. Harry Frogbat taking down TNT Reigns with a shotgun. A lot of shotgun action today.
Eston ripping a couple bullets out there towards Pinglock. Not going to get any connections, though. Firing 200-meter shots through the trees.
That's either baiting or scaring them away at that point.
Bubba, we might actually get to see this connection before the gas covers it up. Let's see if we can get there in time.
Oh, this is a roadblock battle right now, and Reeves loses his armor and decides to retreat completely.
Actually lost his helmet there. I don't know if he had armor to begin with, but he definitely lost the helmet.
Pop.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got a new helmet on. I'm not sure if he was able to get a bandage off, but it looks like he is healing up, and Bubba is on the chase. Bubba wants some more of that action, especially getting the initial shots off in the first battle, and here comes the gas. Reeves is going to continue into the gas while Bubba splits off to try to beat the gas into the safe zone. Cease down to about 40% health in the gas.
Frogbat and Big K about to be in a fight.
And I just heard Big K might have lost armor. or a helmet and put a new helmet on there, but he is bleeding badly right now and in the gas.
A little worried about his actual loot for healing, etc. It looks like he is pantsless. I'm not sure if that was a fashion statement or if it was a decision that he had to make earlier due to a fight and having to heal up. Could be low on healables. Might be in a rough spot trying to get out of this gas. Harry Frogbat extremely low, trying to outrun the gas or trying to get ahead of it here. Looks like he does have a heal rolling. He is beating the gas in damage, at least in heals versus damage right now, but he needs out.
That is close. Harry Frogbat is playing with fire, and he's almost to the gas line. So there it is. He made it, and lucky for him, there's not anyone waiting on the other side.
That's always the worry coming out of the gas, especially in these sides where you've got tree cover or other things you're driving through, and you just don't know what you're coming out into.
League Brothers in a happy spot down there in the southwest. A lot of players right on top of each other, right outside Cranberry on the river. Let's check that out to see if there's a fight going on here.
Looked over at the chat. Nope. Buffalo with a quick 2-tap on the crossover. I did happen to glance at chat, and it looks like Washed Colton says that he had a micro freeze in the game, and that's why he stopped. So it wasn't quite a brain cramp. It's more of a computer cramp.
He did take a pause just right out in the middle of the open. It was a little strange. Snotty G up in a close range battle with Plex, and Plex is just peak hip firing, loses his helmet. Both players are helmetless. Those peak fires are so freaking dangerous. Snotty put himself right out there in the open. So the player with the cover, all they have to do is just peek. They can pick whichever side they want to do. Take their shots and fall back into cover. Meanwhile, the person who's out in the open has to guess at which side they want to fire at or pre-fire at. And, I mean, 9 times out of 10, especially in Champions Arena, the player in the cover is going to win that kind of fight. So there it is. Plex takes it down.
We can find, oh my god, the top edge of Spence Hills over here. Looking pretty covered with players. I don't think anybody's going to see each other here, though. Oliver might try and take some shots to get Guesmer to stop. I don't think Guesmer's stopping for anything, though.
Nah, Guesmer's going to make it into the safe zone. He's been riding that edge, and he was in the gas for a minute. He's ready to just play it safe.
Lenara and last game's winner over here. I think Lenara's driving right by, though. I don't think Lenara actually saw subs.
Lenara is coming from Harris Bluffs, so finally makes it to Cranberry. A really long drive there. A lot of players right in the middle of the safe zone as well. I'm telling you, this is going to be a good safe zone where it can't be used as an excuse. Like, oh, I'm new to this area, or, oh, half of it was off of the map. You're not going to hear that for the safe zone. This is going to be a lot of straight-up fights. There's going to be a lot of pinching going on, but there's also enough cover to where if you put yourself into a good position, you shouldn't be able to get pinched. So it'll be fun to see. Lots of shots coming out from Pie Man's direction right now.
Hansen landed himself another kill there onto Oliver GC. So Hansen getting another half point there off the kill.
He's feeling it today.
And Heston, in a fight currently. If we can find his name in the list, we're going to hop on board with him.
Cease, another great player in the gas at about 50% health.
Heston in a fight with Get Rich TV. Get Rich with the height advantage on this fight.
And firing uphill like this is so dangerous. A lot of times you overcompensate for the elevation. And then a number of times, too, you'll get some nice headshots looking up the hill. Heston loses armor, bleeding, falls back behind the tree, has plenty of cover. Get Rich TV is down to about 60% health, and there's another shot going into Get Rich TV. Now down to about 30%. In a little bit of trouble. I'm probably going to hop in the car. There it is. And decide to fight another day, or at least fall back and get a heal. Heston, though, not going to let it happen. Pushing really hard. Get Rich might peak. One shot left for Get Rich. Is this going to happen? Oh, there it is. Get Rich back in the car, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble right here with Heston pushing. Heston ripping shots into the police car. Get Rich has a med kit rolling, and it looks like he is going to be okay for now.
Another fight. Hansen now in the area taking some shots of his own. That car is getting eaten right now. Yeah, as you were talking about though, the shooting uphill thing is a little bit weird sometimes because typically you're firing and you want to aim high to start. That way you're trying to catch the headshot, and maybe you overshoot so you bring down a little bit when you see your bullet hit the ground. With shooting uphill, it's a little weird. You almost want to reverse that because you want to slap the edge of the mountain first and find that point and then bring it up. So you've actually got to reverse the way that you're trying to pre-fire your bullet to find your elevation there and find your bullet drop.
It's definitely weird sometimes.
Yeah, in the shorter ranges, it's pretty point and shoot shooting uphill, but as soon as you get any distance on that fight, it becomes a little different.
A lot of players in the safe zone. Biffner and C still trying to get in from the gas. Both of them taking a lot of damage at this point. Many players deciding to play right in the middle of the safe zone, which is going to lead to a lot of pinches, a lot of backstabs. Players just getting caught out. Maybe two players fighting. Someone comes right up behind and just gets an easy two-tap. Here it is. Shots ringing out now. Saval has a camper, but is pinched right now between Prod and Averse. And it looks like since Saval is using the camper, Averse and Prod are just going to fight each other.
Prod looking for the God nade. Little short. Almost saw a repeat from the Tom Des nade that we saw about a week ago.
There's no repeating the Tom Des nade. Soupster's car is on fire.
He's going to be out in the middle of the field. He needs to get to these trees immediately.
Buffalo sees it, taking shots in the Super's Jeep, and Soupsters gets out, is safe, has the trees, has the mountain to his backside, so he's going to be all right. Delays right on top of a drop.
He's staying on it. It's there.
He's got, there you go. He's a very two-tap landing on.
Is that the AK stock? I think that's the AK stock. I don't think it's not a hunting rifle. It's not sticking out of the bottom of the car, so it looks like he only got the two hit out of it, but that still makes that worth it in the end.
It's true, and he already had a makeshift on, so he has backup armor to fall back on as well. It puts you in a really good position in any fight.
Yeah, being able to pick up those two hits now out of that, I think that was a great change. Prod gonna land himself a kill on Mixie. Mixie gonna trade out again with shotgun.
The second trade in a row for Mixie. That's gotta be so heartbreaking.
That hurts so bad. Delays. Actually, Tag now has either lost his helmet or lost the two hit.
And when we're talking about Mixies here trading out like that, Mixie's in 4th place right now in Champions Arena, so that is painful. Big K and Buffalo in a close-range shotgun battle. I think we're going to miss the end of it, but it looked like Buffalo came out the winner. Somebody won. I don't think it was us. There we go. We made it out.
Have no idea what happened or where we are. We were sent to Narnia, boys, but we made it back. Let's see if we can find another fight to make up for that one.
Buffalo did win that fight, by the way. He is still alive.
Get up here.
Wesmer right now in a fight against Style. If we can find them.
Style?
Yes.
Got him.
They were very close to each other, and I saw shots ringing out. There it is, right on top of each other.
Now gonna go for the run. Nade flashbang onto the car from Gwesmer. And there is another player here. Buffalo right in the area. We might end up seeing Gwesmer step up, and he does. Gwesmer steps up, starts raining shots into the vehicle of Buffalo, just trying to ding that car down.
Gwesmer has amazing position right now. This little area with the capsized 18-wheeler is a place that's used a lot in competitive 5s. Teams will usually park up here. They have cover from all different angles. They can rotate around the stop, and Gwesmer is using it to the best of his advantage right now. Grenade comes out on top of Style, and it gets the truck. The truck is now on fire. Style has no cover, and he is down to about 20% health. That's one more shot. Gwesmer takes it down.
Yeah, Remix gonna land himself a kill onto Zach there as well. Also saw Promethean land himself a kill. Promethean, one of the guys that won one of the qualifiers at TwitchCon. So one of the the TwitchCon qualifiers that I got to have the pleasure of speaking with him after that. Definitely a cool kid. Glad to see he's still around and playing.
And it's pretty cool to have so many different players that have done stuff like that in one game right here. It's just nice seeing them all competing against each other in Champions Arena. Menma looked like he was out in the middle of a field with low health. Chow maybe taken out by Makes. Is that what just happened?
Yeah, Chow definitely just got taken out by the shotgun of Makes. That had to have been the shots that we heard ring out. Menma out at 75%. It looks like he was in a fight at some point. He's healing up, but he is going to rain some shots into Buffalo. Averse now going to hop and continue that spray into that vehicle of Buffalo. Buffalo still looks like he's doing okay. That car might have actually caught fire. He is out.
It's always horrible to be in the position Buffalo was just in, where it's like, why is everyone picking on me? And Buffalo's in a lot of trouble right now, bleeding inside that gas, down to about 20% health, and a lot of kills just went out. Pinglocked went down, River went down, Bubba J went down, Guesmer getting another kill, Promethean choking on gas, Hansen going down, Cease choking on gas, Buffalo getting taken out by a frag grenade. That was a lot of action that just happened in the span of about 6 seconds.
Yeah, not much we can do to try and find those fights when it starts going like that, but Promethean actually went down there in the gas as well. Burst actually just going to loot that up. Other players going to drive away. Saval going to lose a fight to Plex here in this gas, or in the smoke nade. Attacker now spraying some shots in, trying to find him in the smoke. He knows he's in there.
Plex has a rock to hide behind, though, so he's going to be all right. More shots ringing out now from Averse, who is right on the edge of that gas line. Car approaching. Attacker is pushing Plex in the smoke. There it is. Attacker takes down Plex with a shotgun blast to the chest. 21 players remain.
Averse now on the push here, coming up on Attacker. Looks like Attacker's going to hop in the vehicle and drive away. Attacker playing that really aggressive, not knowing what health Plex was at. Rushes in with the shotgun, gets the kill. Delays going to take out Makes FPS with the AR.
What the Flex? Still alive, still has a Jeep. Attacker and Eclipser right now in a 1v1. Attacker makes his way to the rock. He has the best cover right now, and Eclipser is just peek firing, trying to pre-fire on that rock. Hops in the Jeep, gets unloaded on by Attacker, and is now doing the crouch peek around the Jeep, and now he might be able to make it out unscathed, and he does. Jeep takes a little bit of damage, but that's it. Coggy taken out. Animated goes down to Soupsters. 18 players remain.
Enma going to take out Remix as Remix takes out Averse, and we're down to 16.
This is what I was talking about earlier, where people are getting just pinched and pinched and pinched. There's a lot of different areas right now for players to get into a fight, but then not realize that someone happens to be right behind them. So everyone is just getting into fights with everyone right now, and this circle is just getting smaller and smaller. The players with vehicles right now, what they want to do is try to stay as mobile as they can without getting their car blown up. The people who are on feet, they're trying to force their way into these forests or onto these ridge lines, places that are safe from the gas. It just keeps pushing in. This is going to be rough at the end for someone, though, who does not have a vehicle.
Trace really antsy to take a shot at something there. Tries to hop on Smitty even with the gas closing on him, and realizes that it's just not the right situation. Gets back in the car and drives away.
Menma has a wonderful position on this ridge line.
As long as Menma doesn't get pinched out from the back from Eclipser, I think he may have one of the better spots in the map right now. That little cubby right there is a really good spot to hold down.
And I heard a hunting rifle.
I did hear that hunting rifle. Not sure where that came from. We got Guesmer here versus Transpair. Transpair actually getting hit from the side there by Lenara as well. Gas nade now comes up onto Guesmer.
That was a wonderful gas nade. Pushes him out, keeps you alive. Especially when you're against Guesmer, who is on a revenge kick right now. Really wants to be topping kills and win the match. Lenara also one of the top players in Champions Arena right now. Going for kills, going for high placement. Grenade comes out. Does not get anywhere near Menma, who is inside the gas and trying to heal up. Has a smoke grenade covering his position as well. More shots coming out in the direction of Heston, an Attacker.
Attacker getting double teamed there by Heston and F in America.
Guesmer adds to his kill count. Lenara takes down Transpair with a frag grenade as well. Heston pushing in, very low on health, and shots are just ringing out from every direction right now.
Sounds like Lenara maybe pushing down into F in America, who has the potential of getting pinched by Lenara and Heston. But another vehicle's coming up behind, and Menma out of that spot that he had before, down to below one shot on the rock. Pieman going to find himself a kill on Fajan, and F in America going to get hit in the back by... F in America gets taken out by Heston from behind. Subster's last game's winner goes down, and Guesmer lands himself a kill onto Eclipser.
Guesmer is slaying this match. I love it. He knew he needed to, and he's doing
He
it.
is the hunting rifle.
Comes out on Pie Man, and Pie Man is really lit right now. Delay is also taking shots in Pie Man's direction. Shotgun blast coming out in the direction of Heston and Lenara, and Heston takes down Lenara with the hip fire AR spray. Menma then cleans up and takes down Heston. 6 players remain.
Traced and Menma both extremely low there. Helmet tap from Gwezmer onto Pie Man. Pie Man is going to get dropped by the hunting rifle of Gwezmer. Gwezmer now makes himself, secures himself top 5 positioning for this match. Having the hunting rifle in this ridgeline right now, definitely going to be a big help to him. His vehicle actually not in that bad a condition. Does have the option to get away and drive in that. Really don't want to be forced in that situation, though.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for Gwezmer right now. This is exactly the kind of match he needed. Right now, he's pushing up on Trace. He takes down T-Trace with a headshot. And there are now 4 players remain, and Gwezmer is just on a rampage. He's killing everybody. He really wants a win here. This is masterful work, and I hope to see him at least make to the final 2 right now. He lines up a shot with a hunting rifle on the Menma and does not land. The smoke grenade disappears, so now he might be a little bit out in the open.
This is a misplay here by Gwezmer as he puts himself out into the open, and he has somebody else rolling up behind him, throwing the smoke nade out over himself as he loses his makeshift. He hasn't lost too much health, but he is in a really rough spot. What the Flex now has the option to try and shoot in on him. Gwezmer throws a couple shots to kind of fend him off, but What the Flex actually wasn't even firing onto him. He was firing at the people coming up on him. Delays now pushing up into the back of Menma. Gets tagged a couple times there, and he's down to about 50% as he hops in the car to drive away. And Gwezmer's still playing as aggressive as ever out of the smoke and off that rock, just spraying rounds into these cars. Delays, hops out into the smoke with Gwezmer. He's down to 1 shot. Gwezmer gonna easily find him, gets the kill, and now we've got Menma. Absolutely massacred headshot from Gwezmer. And Gwezmer is on a rampage here in this top 10, and he has now spotted What the Flex, the last person alive, the only person between him and first place. We've got War Legend versus War Legend, and he tries to loot. I don't know what he's low on, what he could possibly need right now.
It's either ammo, he could have been looking for armor, but Gwezmer, this is masterful. This is amazing to watch. This has been a lot of fun, and now it is What the Flex versus Gwezmer, 2 top players in the CA, and What the Flex is now out close shotgun battle. Gwezmer with the hip fire takes down What the Flex, about half health, and What the Flex takes down Gwezmer for game 2 of Champions Arena. GG Gwezmer.
What the Flex 2-bumping Gwezmer and taking game 2. Very little cover in that ending, and What the Flex played it right. Let's hop into game 3 for some more action.
All right, this game's going to be booting up here. We're going to be spinning up here in PV. We'll see what Roldan decides to show us here. But it does appear to be a pretty widespread. This is probably the most spread we've seen for a start right now. We're probably going to see a lot of people coming in towards the center as they fly in towards PV.
It looked like a westward spawn. I think we're going to be coming in on the west side of the map for the ending.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of players still, hovering around the east. Some of them flying out east. Reeves, one of them out there. So, those players know automatically that they're going to have to get a vehicle to make it into the safe zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And shots already out here from Trost and 803. Trost pushing with the AK. Looks like he's already gotten 2 taps into 803 there. And he is down to about 30-ish%.
And Trost opening up with a kill. He got a shotgun blast to his chest, but it didn't take him down. Trost in the last game also got 2 very early kills, so it seems like early game he is quick to get loot, and then he is aggressive at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he wants to win those fights early in the game and kind of secure his area as his own looting area and kind of set it up for himself. So
marking his territory.
Only more sanitary. Cool. Let's see who we hopped on board with here. It looks like we got Steel and Trace in this pretty close area to each other.
They're next door neighbors. You can never know in that situation if the other player hears you or not, or if they can even hear each other. But it's always
right around
kind
the
of a danger zone.
35-ish to 40-ish. You can hear very faintly the footsteps right around in that range. Probably closer to the 30 to 35. 40 might be just outside of it, but it's always hard to tell too, is because there is a little bit of volume level that loses through the wall and some other things that affect it. But we do have a shot ringing out here. Eclipser taking down Doriku up at the looks like they're at the dump there in the north, and this actually is a northern full PV with a little bit north circle. So we are going to have a lot of Ranchito. We're going to cut off Harris Bluff. So this is a similar circle to what we saw in Game 2 last week,
where they played around the gas station right there to the north of PV, and that was insane. Was
that the game that Hansen went off
with the
shotgun? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Playing that shipping container. Waller here just laying around, hanging out dead next to a vehicle. Not really sure what happened there.
Animated and Makes right next to each other. I believe they're going to be next door neighbors just looting around PV, and they're actually taking shots at each other now. Makes is down to about 40% health, and Animated using that doorway as cover, and he pops right out into the open, loses his armor. Makes pulls out the shotgun and takes the blast, but that's going to be a trade. Makes in a trade with an Animated. Shotgun battle in PV, and that push was so aggressive, but he knew he had a health advantage. Just lost it when the shotgun came out.
I need some help from chat here. Chat, somebody told me at the beginning of the match that, mark their words, Makes FPS is taking that game down.
I heard that.
I'm not sure who called that one, but not quite what happened.
Makes is dead, and there are 50 players remaining. GG Makes. And to all the Makes fans out there, GG.
GG. A lot of players did end up in PV. There's a couple of people on top of each other there. We do see 2 players down there at the U.
A lot of those players are probably going to find, as much loot as they can and just hide out until the end of the game. Lenara in an early battle. Lenara taking the rooftop. Multiple vehicles in this parking lot. League Brothers takes one. League Brothers likes to play for the end game. Lenara, a player who is always able to take a fight, but also see Lenara at the end game as well. So 2 good players in a heads-up battle. Brothers making a little distance. Lenara running out the back.
Left that medkit there. Bad looting. Bad looting.
Brothers is actually wants to push back in. Just repositioning. Brothers is actually getting really aggressive on this fight. Checking the backside of the buildings for Lenara. Lenara closed the doors, though, so League Brothers has no idea. Actually, pretty decent idea from Lenara, because League Brothers, after seeing those closed doors, decides to drive away.
Yeah, you realize the person doesn't want to come out, and the hop is there. League Brothers hops out late onto Rivers, connects on the second shot, and is able to one-pump him. So aggressiveness really not paying off for the other guy there, but League Brothers pulls one out. That's a risky play to hop out and have to 180 backwards into somebody like that and give them the opportunity. Luckily, the other person whiffed the shot and he got the win, but that's scary, man. I don't like doing that.
I feel like what River wanted to do was just rip shots into the vehicle and hope that League Brothers drove away. But instead, League was like, no, you want to fight? All right, let's fight.
He led early with the shotgun there, though. He shotgunned into the car, so I'm thinking either way, super aggressive. We're here with Smitty now, though, as he loots up. Got himself a shotgun.
Looked like Tom Dez took down Plastic with 3 Qs a second ago as well. Tom Dez getting an early kill in this game. Transpair TV waiting in the street, hiding behind a truck for Smitty to come out the front side.
I think looks like he's... Okay, no, it looked like he might have been behind the building kind of checking that corner. We'll see if he just rushes out or not. Does he see the feet? He's going to see him now. The shots come out from Transpair. Transpair connects into the makeshift or the body armor there. Gets another body hit. Takes him down to 75. Transpair well ahead in this fight. Continues with the quick peek. Smitty trying to find a spot to get a heal and stop the bleed. We'll see if Transpair decides to push the issue. Throwable's going to come out. Grenade. Going to be long, though. It's going to roll by as Smitty goes down under 50%. He's probably somewhere around 25 to 30% here. And a Molotov now out of Transpair. That's going to set Smitty on fire, and it should put him down. Smitty knows he's going down, and he's just going to take it. So Transpair putting on a clinic there. Just shot after shot, landing him. Slowly working him down.
Gets out of the fight with the Lammy still on as well.
Yep. Doesn't take a single hit in that entire fight, so played it well. Landed the shots when he did quick peek. He's only doing 2 or 3 shots at a time, but he connected everywhere he needed to.
Like we have Get Rich TV And Breeze TV, the battle of the TVs right now. Shotgun blast coming out. And Breeze takes down Get Rich TV with a shotgun to the chest. Those were two just direct hits, like one right after the other as well. That doesn't get much better than that with a shotgun unless you get the one pump to the helmet.
Hacker here, we're moving down in the direction of Pegaso.
Pegaso maybe just hanging out, looks like. Pulling the crumb AFK in the gas station.
No reason to leave, really, for him at the moment. He's in the safe zone. If he's got his loot, he may just be hanging out until the safe zone forces him to leave. And Transpair now ends up getting taken out after winning that other fight against Colton. Goes down.
Colton looks like he lost armor there, too, potentially. So.
Colton's name has changed since the beginning of the day and has turned into Cod Rush Colton. So, not sure what caused that name change, but...
He might be trying a new strategy. Our winner from game 2 now, What the Flex, in a battle against Avoiding, rotating around, wide out in the open. Oh, takes down What the Flex's helmet, and What the Flex's feet are going to be visible. What the Flex is in a lot of trouble right now. Jumping shotgun blast coming out. Boom, takes down What the Flex with a shotgun blast to the chest. Our winner from game 2 will not repeat.
Yeah, Boomstick's going to end that thought of a repeat for him real quick.
And I thought Avoiding was moving into the danger zone there, but that helmet pull shut that idea down real fast.
He was ahead already in the fight, about 25, and then once he got that helmet, it was pretty much over. And Chow gonna go down in the bathroom to the floater shotgun as he comes around the corner.
Another one of those matches where the shotgun is reigning supreme.
Absolutely. And what do we got here? We got Hypnotize and shots raining out up by Heston. Yeah, Heston trying to take some shots down onto Hypnotize.
Look for a minute like Heston wanted to just completely rotate out, save the vehicle.
Heston tends to be in fights a lot. Heston's not typically somebody that I expect to rotate away from a fight. If he's trying to engage something and the other person's not driving away, I'll typically try and set my camera on him because he likes to engage.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like
he's kind of
strip
rotating
is pretty lit right now.
He was rotating around Hypnotizer. I think he did want to take that fight. I think he was getting better position.
And a quick hop from SPKB, who also was somebody's choice for this round. Aggressive hop, and he's going to get put down by Foxy. He is going to be eliminated from this game 3.
People get upset about the COD Rush. We've seen it defended against multiple times in CA.
I'm still somebody that's going to be upset about it. I don't like the COD Rush in a competitive environment.
I mean, SPKB just tried to use it, and what happened? He's out in 40th place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still one of those things, and that's exactly why. Is it sometimes you're gonna win that less than half. You're gonna win those, right? But it's not a feel good moment. You're putting both of you at risk for the sake of just putting you both at risk. You're not necessarily doing it. There's not a calculated COD rush. You know what I mean?
That's fair. We'll have to ask Colton about that. It seems to be his new strategy.
Colton is probably the leading expert on it. We should definitely have a conversation with him at some point about it.
Delays, taking down Foxy with a frag grenade elsewhere. Pegaso rolling his police car. Gonna get away all right, though. Jumping over to another fight, we have Tros in another battle against Prod H1. Prod H1 has a little bit of damage. Tros loses the makeshift and takes a couple shots to the body. In a lot of trouble right now because Prod is pushing, but Tros is getting flanked now.
We've ended up at Heston.
Tros, we're going to have to keep an eye on the kill feed because he is being chased right now by Prod.
Imagine Roldan saying the same thing I did last game. How did I get to Narnia?
Yeah.
Where am I right now?
Shotgun blast coming out, and Prod takes down Tros. He really wanted that kill. He hunted him down, and League Brothers heard the shots. Is right outside the house. Prod is very
Easy
low.
Finish here.
Oh, yeah. League Brothers has to come in and get cleanup duty. It's going to be magic right now if Prod makes it out of this alive. Door opens. League Brothers hears it. Jumping around. Gives him his back. But there it is. League Brothers takes down Prod with a shotgun. Cleanup duty in aisle PV.
And we are making a teleport towards another two players here who are already in a fight. is that Smitty?
Snotty.
Snotty G versus Avix, 75 meters out. Definitely too far for that nade. That nade distance, again, we've talked about it before. Right around 60 meters on flat ground is the ideal distance. Should come up just short again. Yeah, he's landing right about that 60-meter mark. If he could get in just a little bit closer, maybe run in front of the rock and jump throw, he might be able to get it there. Just outside range is going to make this fight not worth it to Avix. And he's going to disengage and then start firing shots as he sees Snotty going for his vehicle. See if he decides to chase this or not.
I always love when they create like a massive distance and then just start firing again. It's like, hey, we were fighting and I'm still pissed off at you. But, I don't know. It's not going to be serious or anything.
Yeah, sometimes it works out, though. Sometimes you can bait somebody in a Jeep or a pickup to kind of drive after you, and you can get some easy shots into the front of the vehicle at range.
Pull someone's helmet off.
Maybe pull a helmet, hop into your car to chase them, let them bleed out over time. It works sometimes, but typically you're just doing it to disengage. You just start... In this environment, you're just trying to eliminate their vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like we're going to another fight here. Already in progress. Hypnotize versus Eclipser. Eclipser already driven away, though.
Hypnotize pressing the issue, gunning it in Eclipser's direction, killing the engine so Eclipser can't hear him over the other side of this ridge. But Eclipser is a lot further back than Hypnotize first imagined. Pushing really hard against the other vehicle.
Yeah, he's still on the
Eclipser
chase here.
might have almost flipped his Jeep. Hypnotize just ringing shots into that Jeep, but Eclipser is driving the other direction. He's going to get away. A couple of players, Mixie and Pegaso, right on top of each other on the edge of the gas line. Let's see if this is going to turn to a fight. And I hear Shotgun Blast coming out. Mixie takes down Pegaso with the Shotgun Blast to the head.
No trade today.
No, finally.
Finally. Sorry, not today. This match.
Yeah.
He's already had 2 of those. He's got to be terrified every time he goes into a shotgun battle.
I am actually shocked that he put himself in a position to be in a shotgun battle just then. But he got out of that one with a 40%
I just wouldn't even carry
health.
it. I wouldn't even carry it. I would just automatically go to like AA-AR and AA-AR Magnum for a vehicle, or AA-AR. What am I talking about? Magnum. People don't use Magnums anymore. AA-AR throwable. And it looks like we might have a fight here between Brit and Buffalo as we hop on board. It sounds like the vehicles are driving. We are right inside of Brit here. As Bert takes some shots onto Buffalo.
Buffalo hiding behind the rock, but is that Bert? Bert has the elevation. So
at 93 meters here, he's just outside that range. Had he stepped up to maybe that 70-ish meter mark, downhill throw, he could have dropped an 8 on that rock.
Yeah, rolled a grenade down the hill.
Oh.
Bert deciding to completely rotate out. Buffalo taking shots to the vehicle, and they're just trading position right now. Hansen and Tom Des right next to each other. Top 2 players currently in the Champions Arena leaderboard. Tom Des just parked in his cop car. Hansen right on the other side of the ridge, and I'm not sure if Hansen sees Tom Des's police car or not. I'm sure he does, because he is rotating heavily. Tom Des honks the horn at Hansen, decides to drive away.
Yeah, let's see where we're going for this next spot. Bolton up top here.
With Trace coming in on it as well. Might be a little cleanup duty action. There it is. Trace coming around on top of Future.
Future, yeah. Gets him down to half health. Future turns. One pumps him in the face. Gonna eliminate Trace.
And Trace was so excited. He thought he had cleanup duty. A fight had literally just happened there.
And now we're back with Buffalo and Bert, who are continuing this long courting session of each other.
Mixie getting close range again. For those of you who missed game 1 and game 2, Mixie came into this match, I believe 4th place overall, and traded shotgun battles in both matches. So that's what we were talking about earlier when Mixie got into another shotgun battle and actually made it out this time. We're hoping that Mixie doesn't get into another trade, because those were both really heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah, for safety of his heart, I don't want to see him in another shotgun battle.
Heart, keyboard, monitor, mouse.
Any equipment he uses.
All of the above.
Family members, whatever.
Something is getting thrown out the window if there's another trade.
Not a lot of people far in the gas this game. With this centralized circle, we're seeing everybody making it there early. We're not seeing anyone in the gas. This next safe zone going to force these guys most likely down. I would love to see another gas station finish just because it's so much fun to do.
I think
on
this one's going to
Saturday.
be deep into Pleasant Valley. I think we're going to keep getting further and further.
I think we end up somewhere around
PV.
Sesame Street or south side of the middle res.
I think it'll happen. And these players, all of them, everyone has a deep familiarity with Pleasant Valley. I mean, this is basically the capital of the map. Everyone knows Pleasant Valley. So it'll be fun to watch these players play the end game right around the residential area. Between residential and the gas station, it looks like. I'm surprised we don't have anybody hiding out in the shipping container this match.
Yeah, we haven't really been over there to check, but somebody will get there eventually. At least for nostalgia factors. Oliver here just watching Saval. He knows he's in there, just waiting for him to come out.
Hit registration, still alive. Hansen, still alive. Tom Dez, still alive. A lot of our top players still making it through this game 3. 29 players remain. Shots ringing out in Future's direction from Harry Frogbat. And he almost got flanked there by Snotty.
I'm still
Snotty.
trying to figure out how he came up with that name. What is a Harry Frogbat?
I have no idea. Every time I
Do we
want to call
Google
him,
that?
I think we do. Every time I want to call him Harry Frog Boat, I don't know why. But Harry Frogbat, able to rotate out and survive. He's going to be right on the edge of the gas, though, taking a little bit damage.
There
from
are
the
images
gas.
on Google for a Harry Frogbat.
Oh, it actually exists.
It's an actual, yeah.
Okay. There you go. For anyone who wants to look up what a Harry Frogbat is, it is a real thing, and he is dead in 29th place. Caster's curse for sure there. Buffalo about to get pushed really hard by Snotty, and I don't think he knows. There it is. Shots ringing on to the police car of Buffalo. Snotty landed most of those shots on Buffalo's police car. That was good bullet lead coming out of Snotty.
Yeah, just get it on that front window and just open up your mouse one real quick as they drive by. Got Saval running through the inside of this building here. He should still be in the area of Oliver GC. Oliver is in the area as well, and another vehicle coming through with Lenara inside. Lenara going to pass through.
These houses, you've got to have such high anxiety rotating through these houses at this point. The backyard, opening any doors. I mean, you have to imagine with so many players left and with the circle being this small.
We're going to end up gas station most likely. Gas station or fire station.
Yeah, this will be a really interesting finish. A lot of players, I think, are going to find a house, make sure it's empty.
I think
and
Zach's
then,
already on the roof of the fire station.
He's in that general area. Mixie's down to low health. Hypnotize on the roof of Mixie's building. These two have to be aware of each other, at least loosely. Hansen taking shots onto Delay's Jeep. Delay's just falling back completely. Hansen has a truck to himself as well.
I think I saw an explosion off of Delay's vehicle there, so I'm thinking it's probably a body armor came off on him. Yeah, hunting rifle shot comes out. Mixie gonna lose a shotgun battle there to Hypnotize. I don't know if it feels better to lose it or trade it, but Mixie gonna go down to a shotgun for the third time today. Hasn't lost an AR battle at all. And we got 3 players on top of each other here as we teleport over to attacker. It sounds like one of them just drove away. Clips are still here though. So's Future. Everybody gets their own house.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be neighbors for a little while, I think. There's a drop off in the distance. We heard a hunting rifle in the distance as well. No kills with that yet. It'll be fun to see if it does pop up in the kill feed, and hopefully we'll be able to catch someone in action using it. Big K right underneath.
Snotty goes down to Bert.
Who are still just right on top of each other, and they're basically
see,
just
though.
listening to each other's footsteps.
About to walk out into Oliver there. He actually decided to stop. I'm not sure Zinksy can actually go for it.
Ooh, and there it is, the hunting rifle. I believe Heston 911 has the hunting rifle. Fired it in the direction of Sides, and Sides showing no fear. Just peeking that ridge and just ripping shots into the Jeep of Heston as he drove away. Hit registration off in the distance, still alive. Delays, very low on health and distance as well.
Soupsters and Delays still right there on top of each other. Delays actually outside now or inside the building with him? I think Delays is actually outside the building, about to come out the front side of Sesame Street here. Turns back around to run to the back. Soupster's going to hear him coming. I'm not sure Delays knows that he's there. He has to, though. He's low on health. He took fight from somewhere.
I think he knows that Soupsters is in the general area, but doesn't know where he is. And he has a makeshift, so he can make a fight of it, but he does have the AR out. So if Delays pops out with a shotgun, Soupsters is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Hit registration also moving into the very center of the map now. All of these players just moving deep into residential, people taking up residence in PV at this point, parking their cars out front, taking care of their backyards, peeking over their fences, looking at their neighbors to see if there's anyone there.
And this gas is going to close in on Future. He's going to be forced to move as Twitch Breeze goes down to Lenara in a close-range fight there. Looks like an AR battle inside of a house. Had a little bit of an assist from Oliver GC on it. And Buffalo and Future now. AK spray versus the shotgun. AK is leading this fight at the moment. Almost gets the connection to take him out. Buffalo, though, with about 30% health, is going to win that battle against Future's shotgun.
I think someone's going to have to pick Future up off the ground because that probably scared the daylights out of him. Buffalo was just hiding in the bush on the other side of that fence, listening to footsteps, and then just popped out full spray AK. That is terrifying.
Zinxie down to Oliver GC's shotgun there in the backyard. Attacker now firing out the back window, trying to connect onto Oliver. Can't find a connection, though, but Oliver gets lit by hit registration down to 25, and hit reg gonna finish off Oliver GC there as Big K takes down a verse with a shotgun as well.
Now hit reg is moving into Remix Can't 2-Tap's backyard. Can't 2-Tap could have had a shot, but decided not to take it. So hit registration is going to get away scot-free. Actually, he hops out of the police car and is looking in that general direction. Burt takes down Heston off in the distance. And I believe that means the hunting rifle is on the ground.
Yeah, Zach actually not playing the roof. He's actually playing the bathrooms or the shower rooms there inside the fire station. And Delays is going in. We'll see if Delays decides to take the roof, though.
He's going to take the Nook, which has cover from the car, cover from the building, cover from the door. But if he does get spotted, he's in a lot of trouble because he's going to move directly into that building, run right into Zach's shotgun, I'm sure. Tom Dez still alive at the top of your screen. Lenara alive. Hit registration alive. Soupsters, who got a win earlier, still alive. But right now it's Tom Dez and Soupsters, and Tom Dez takes him down. He says, not again today. This is my match. Hansen still alive as well, but in a lot of trouble right now.
Avix on the push into Hansen and starts getting eaten. Hansen just munching. Rips him apart, goes down to about 50%, but wins that fight against Avix and is now going to heal up. Gas is still pushing, though.
Hit registration goes down about 13th place. We're down to our final 9 with the death of Remix Can't 2-Tap. Hansen in a lot of trouble right now. Grenade coming in. Shots ringing out as well. Tom Dez in a close range battle with Sides and takes him down. This is Tom Dez's game at this point. Final 8.
Hansen in here, so we need it. Never mind. I take that back. L7 on L7 crime there. Big K taking down Hansen with the Kobe.
It's beautiful. I mean, saw the smoke, knew he was there, just kind of rolled it to the side of the cover. Shotgun blast from Zach. We knew that was going to happen.
Delays sitting right outside the door. Only hears one shot go off, knows that it's 100% clean kill, and the guy's still full health. Does not make the move on it.
We knew Zach was going to defend this place with a shotgun, and he's going to keep doing it. Delays right on the other side. Lennar in the backyard. Buffalo off in the distance as well. Gas is going to start moving in. We're going to have to see. It's probably going to close up around this fire station. So Zach in a wonderful position to take this game down. Tom Dez pushing through the smoke. Doesn't know the attacker is right on the other side of this wall. Throws down a smoke grenade. He's got 2 of them to hide behind now, but attacker is right there. Tom Dez pushing through with a shotgun and takes down attacker. Tom Dez wants this game. We've been talking all day about how he's slumped. He slumped on Saturday. He slumped in game 1 and game 2. And now he's, I believe, out of the players that are left, leading in kills.
Buffalo finding that hunting rifle from Heston and drops Lenara in the side of the head.
That's the danger of just sitting.
It's also the danger, though, of giving your footsteps away in this close
That's true.
quarters. At this point, it becomes very hard to decide. Delays has the cover of the never mind, barely sneaks it in, squeezes it right in between the trash can there and the cop car,
I was
and
about to
drops
say-
Delays as well.
Delays is going to be the second victim of that hunting rifle.
Yeah, Delays moved a little bit off the door to where he's kind of in the open. Had he still been fully behind the door, I think he's safe there.
Zach is a little bit trapped. So Zach moving out of the fire station. No, he did early. I was going to say he might take a little bit damage from gas, but now he's flanked by Buffalo. Zach is about to be the third victim. No, he rotates around, and now Buffalo is getting picked off by Tom Dez. Loses his armor. He's bleeding, and he doesn't have much to hide behind. Tom Dez is now getting pinched by Zach as well. And Buffalo, with a headshot, the third in a row, takes down Tom Dez in third place.
3 shots, 3 kills out of Buffalo here. We'll see what he can do if he can close this game out. Guesmer was going off like this and wasn't able to close the last game out. It sounds like a nade already out, lands on the short side. That one rolls through. Going to be a little far, can't connect onto Buffalo. Zach just trying to rain some throwables and now switches back to the throwable again. Another nade comes out, and it's going to roll far. Buffalo jumps backwards into it. Another nade on top of him. Buffalo still at about 80% health, maintaining through these nades right on him. Going to take him down to 1 shot. Zach, all he's got to do is connect. Buffalo actually goes down to the gas as it pushes in, and Zach, with a hailstorm of grenades, ends the reign of Buffalo there to take down Game 3. GG, Zach.
Zach throwing a barrage of grenades to push Buffalo out from cover and claims the win as Buffalo chokes out on gas. Amazing sniping at the end there from Buffalo, but it just wasn't enough to take the victory. Well played, and GG to all the participants today. My name is Goof, and I'm out till next time. This has been Champions Arena.